Hi, it's Dan here, Baxis for Adventure. Just thought that we've been on the road for a little while now. We should probably put a little video out of the rundown of our van, which is not actually our van, it's our home. Living in it for 6 months and 3 months properly on the road now since we left around before Christmas time. There's 4 of us that sleep in here. There's the lovely Stacey and myself, and we've got the 2 kids in the back of the van there. So at the front of the van we've got the lovely queen size bed. We've got his and hers cupboards on either side. What we did do was we took the hanging rails out. I put in some lovely little shelves. We don't even own an iron. We don't have any clothes that need ironing, so we didn't think it necessary to have hanging rails. Little trick about the clothes that I do, because I'm a bit lazy when it comes to doing clothes and washing, as my wife will tell you. Roll them up, much easier to put away and easier to see what you've got in there, because you can have them all sticking out like that and you can see what you want to wear. Also got a lot of storage above there as well, and books. And we've got storage under the bed as well, which is a lift-up bed. Now under there we only keep light stuff, just bearing in mind weights on your tow ball and everything else. So we've just got lightweight stuff, a little bit of extra room and the barbecue in there, and that's about it. Moving along, we've got a nice dining setting here which comfortably seats all 4 of us. The table folds away. I'm up at the moment so I won't do it. And we've got storage under the seats there which we haven't fully utilised as well. Again, just trying to not overload the van and try and keep the weight to a realistic amount. Okay, moving along to the kitchen, and also just a little word of advice. Most people travelling with TVs, we choose not to take the TV off the bracket. We don't do a lot of off-road, but we do go onto dirt roads and corrugated roads. We've got a little clip and we've got a little hook, and so we actually clip the TV back, lock it in place, doesn't move at all when we're travelling, works really well. Another little tip, as you'd find with most of your vans, you end up with a lot of keys for locking everything. So what I've done is I've made up a nice little keyboard and I've labelled everything with nice little labels so you know exactly what goes where, right next to your switches. And we've also got a remote thermometer which tells us what the fridge is doing as well. The kitchen over here is very spacious, works really well for us. We've got a nice custom made little cutting board that we fit onto the sink. It locks in place, so for quick lunches on the road you can just do something on the sink or on here or wherever you need to, and it doesn't move around while we're travelling. Underneath there we've got our cutlery and all the cooking utensils. Works really well all into one drawer. Just a little tiny storage here for your washing up stuff which sits in front of the sink. We've also got a filter tap on the sink which works really well. Under here we've got all our pots and pans and cooking utensils, and also the fact is that's where the hot water unit is as well, so you lose a little bit of covered space there, but it all works really well. Fully carpeted area where all the pots and pans are, lined it all with carpet so they're not going to slide around too much, they're not going to damage the inside of the cupboard. We've also got the full pretty standard 4-burner hot plate, and we have a full oven and a grill. The oven is a must. Sometimes you see people and they say you don't need an oven in a van. We cook a lot, we make our own bread, we do a lot of free camps, we do a lot of camping away from facilities. The oven gets used a heck of a lot, including doing nice roasts. Doesn't smell the van out too much, it works really well. So continuing with the kitchen, we've got the usual electrical cupboard. The controller for the batteries, the charger, we've got a solar controller, and all your pump switches and pump level indicators, hot water heaters, and the switches for the aircon and the hot water when you're on 240 volt. We are going to upgrade the solar controller because we are adding some more solar to the roof to give us that little bit better capacity when we're off-grid camping, which we do most of the time. These 2 cupboards are the most used cupboards, so they've got cereals for breakfast, they've got biscuits, they've got tea and coffee, peanut butter, and the necessary things like wine. All are very easy to get to, and that's sort of the area we use the most, right above where you're cooking. We've also got a little cupboard on this side of the oven and stove with the nice little pull-out tray. As I said before, we do a lot of cooking and we carry a lot of spices, so that's why these spices are all in there and they all do get used. And we've got sauces and oils and everything else there across the bottom. Go back to there. Oh, sorry. No, stop. Stop again. Oh, just another handy little thing where this slides in. There's a perfect little spot there for a cutting board. Just slides in there nice and neat. Doesn't rattle around at all, and we've got all our tea towels and cloths and everything underneath in that little spot there at the bottom. Moving down to the drawer under the oven. It's the one messy drawer. You know, every van's got to have a messy drawer. So we've got wipes and scrubs and graters and just bits and pieces that we don't use a lot, that we just can shove in down the bottom there and close it up, and they don't fall out. It's all good. Moving along to this side of the van. This is our sort of bulk pantry storage area. We've got all these beautiful containers, which we have all our flours and rice and pastas and all that sort of stuff in for cooking and for cakes, but just for general eating as well. This is sort of our pantry with everything else, jars and tins and all the other bits and pieces which fit in there really well. And then we've got all our plates and bowls and cups and everything in there, including the little spot down the side for the wine glasses, most important. The last little cupboard here is our what we call our cake and birthday cupboard. It has all the stuff to make beautiful birthday cakes. It has sprinkles, we've got food colouring, we've got candles, we've got everything in there because we do love our birthday celebrations and we bake all our own cakes. And so that is really good, kept in that one little cupboard there. We've also got one Sirocco fan, which works really well blowing across the bed. It's the only place we can mount it because we didn't want any fans close to us blowing onto our face. And on this side, best little thing ever from Autobarn, bought at a sale. Tiny little 12 volt fan. Doesn't use any more power than your Sirocco fans, but the beauty of this fan is that it actually oscillates. So it sits there perfectly and blows a nice little breeze across the bed. As you can see, nice little oscillating fan. Best $39 ever spent, on sale at Autobarn. So moving towards the back of the van, this van came standard with all these beautiful pockets, which we utilise very well. We've got pockets here, we've got pockets as you walk in the door here, which we keep the laptop and the necessary fly swatter in, which we use a little bit, well I do. And moving along to here, we've got the fridge. It's a three-way fridge, gas fridge, 190 litres. And above here we did have a microwave. We've removed the microwave and I'm yet to still do a little modification there and put some shelves in and put some doors on. And that's where most of our schooling gear is kept, because we do school on the road, we do distance education, and we need somewhere to store all that stuff, easy to get to, easy for the girls to get out so that we can do the schooling, which we do usually daily. Unless we're somewhere really nice and we decide to just have a day of not doing school. Coming through here we've got the girls area, so we've got the two bunks. Amelia sleeps on the top bunk, she's the older one, and little Thea sleeps on the bottom bunk. Both very comfy, both with all their own charging points and lights and little pockets. And Amelia, being the older girl, has also been spoilt. She has her own TV right at the foot of her bed that watches DVDs, but she's tuned into the aerial as well. Now it's quite interesting with the girls. One sleeps one way, one sleeps the other way. That's the way they've chosen to do it. And that's fine with us. However they want to sleep, it's all good. Now the cupboard behind the girls' beds here. I'll move out of the way a little bit so you can see. Hello. That's for extra towels and storage up the top. And then this is for all the girls' clothes, broken up between those two cupboards there, and also a big drawer there. You're probably wondering what's in that cupboard underneath. That is a godsend for when you're on the road full time. We have a full 4 kilo front loader washing machine. It runs off mains power, also runs off an inverter that we've got installed under the bed at the front. Doesn't use too much water like your top loaders, and absolutely amazing, saves us a lot of money in laundromats, and we use it all the time. Now for the bathroom, coming right through this door here. So you walk in, you've got the vanity right in the middle there, you've got with everything in it. You've got the toilet there, nice little window above the toilet, and we actually went to Bunnings and bought these little shelves because we needed somewhere extra to put stuff. They've been fixed on the wall, and then we've got the towel rails over here. A little other thing that comes in really handy, which you probably noticed we've got all around our van, is these little removable self-adhesive hooks. Just handy for hanging things here, there and everywhere, and you can take them off if you decide not to use them. Same as over here, hanging the mat up. Just nice little place to hang it. Doesn't do any damage to the van because they're just self-adhesive, they can be removed. And we've got our lovely shower. We do have a nice dispenser which we've only just installed, just to keep the mess and keep stuff from on the ground. And we've also got the tray up the top for all the other little items, which is just mounted with suction caps and a vent to take all that steam out when you're having your lovely hot showers. Okay, just a few other things I just want to show you that has made our life very easy on the road. Little things that you can do quite easily that don't come standard in vans. All our remotes that we have for the stereo, for the aircon and for the TV, we've just mounted them on Velcro. You can buy the self-adhesive Velcro from Bunnings or wherever you choose. Works really well, and they can just be mounted on the wall wherever you want to do it. Again, like I showed you in the bathroom, all the little hooks that we hang things everywhere. And while we're on the subject of hooks and handy things, these are a godsend. Well, these were actually made by Nanny, Stacey's mum, because she loves her knitting. They're made from tea towels, but they're knitted in such a way with a little tie and a little button so that you can hang them on a little hook. And it's just very handy to hang them somewhere on a hook very easily. That way, instead of just trying to hook the tea towel over a hook. Works really well. Really love it, and we've got quite a few of them that we use. Another thing I'd like to show you next to the hook that we've installed is we've installed a carbon monoxide meter. Again, readily available at most caravan and camping places. What this meter does, it actually will tell you if there's too high a level of carbon monoxide in the van. And we've also got a gas meter separately installed as well in a different part of the van. Other places, those hooks come in really handy. We ride bikes a lot, so we didn't want to have our helmets put away somewhere you go digging out for them. We've just got them hanging on nice little simple hooks. Don't get in the way when I'm getting in and out of the bed, and they're just very easy to get to, very quick for when you just want to go for a ride on your bike and not go digging through things to find them.